Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're checking out something new for me. This is not a new line, but it's the first time that I'm building actually one of the model kits from this line. This is the Chitosarium Carbon Graphites from a Good Smile company. These kits have been around for a few years now. I've just not really been that into some of the previous designs. This one, though, does look pretty nice. Not that the other ones didn't look nice, but just for like personal taste. This is the first one in the line that I was like really excited to build and check out and share with you guys. And it does look very, very cool. So let's go ahead and get into it here for today's video. So first off, some beautiful box art here on the front showing what I guess is probably 4 different ways that you can build this as in variants. The kit does not come with 4 in the box, it only comes with 1, so it could be a little bit deceptive in that way, but I think among the option parts that we have, you can build it as kind of any of these one of 4 different kind of variants there, which all look very cool. But yeah, I love the box art, love the design work for these releases. They always look really nice and very premium feeling. For the box, you have our titling at the top and bottom there. These are 1:1 scale. On the side of the box here, just another look at the box art and some more titling. On the other side of the box, looks like it's going to be the same thing there. On the bottom of the box, we've got a look at the model kit, painted and all built up there in the different forms. So here you can see again just some of the different option parts that we're going to have depending on how you want to build that up. And then on the other side, certainly one of the most unique aspects of this line is that they come with like this case that you're meant to be able to store the kit. You can like fold the kit up into like a child's pose there and have it stored, or like display it like it's coming out of the kind of carrying case there, little box. Anyway, it's very unique. Certainly, here's a look at the face and hair and hat options that we have, 4 different options there. And then what the kit is going to look like, I guess, as sets over there. So anyway, these characters are designed by Masaki Apsi, very familiar name. But with that, let's go ahead, pop the box. I like the fact that our inner box is also black there. Again, just also makes it look very premium. And right here, this is certainly interesting. What is this? A kind of specially wrapped sort of cardboard insert with a faceplate on it. The face runner, very unique. I think you're probably paying quite the premium just for this one little bit right here, but what is this actually? Unwrapping that reveals, yeah, we have our little runner with an unprinted face, and let's see, we can open this up. I don't know if there's going to be anything on the inside or not. Okay, yeah, so here is our instructions and decals in here, so that's pretty cool. Very unique packaging for the instructions and the faceplate and the decals all to be kind of packaged in there like that. Certainly very unique. Here's what the instructions manual is going to look like on the outside. On the inside, a parts list there. It is going to be in full color, as pretty much any Good Smile model kits are, I think, usually. We do have a decal guide right here at the front with a photo of the painted kit, and then our construction process. So that's going to continue through most of the runner, through most of the manual here. Got to look at kind of how you can build the weapon or accessory in different ways, and then some more photography here of what the finished kit should look like there, kind of how to use the included like carrying box case there, like I said. Yeah, it all looks very nice. Okay, very interesting. Here's a look at our included water slide decals, which are just all going to be in white there. You just have some markings which look like they're those markings that go around on like the hat basically, but there's those. And then yeah, just a close-up look at that faceplate runner here. Now that's not printed and we don't have any decals included, so you do have to paint that, but we do have printed face options here, which is nice. So there's 1, 2, a little bit slightly different expression here on those. It's mostly just like different color eyes. They look like the expression's kind of mostly the same. Well, this one's different here for the 4th one, and then that's just a part for the inside of the head. Anyway, we'll take a closer look at those in just a moment in the review. Also bagged up here, we've got our hand option parts, which look like we've got kind of open resting hands, closed fists, weapon holding hands there, kind of at an angle, straight weapon holding hands, and then also some weapon holding hands with the kind of thumb extended. So interesting hand option parts there in that light blue color. And then getting into the runners, not really polycaps, but these are a couple of runners which are not numbered in the kind of normal way or lettered. So this is the same runner here in both hard and soft, which I guess is just the plastic mix is a little bit different. These ones don't feel like that soft, like polycaps necessarily. A little bit softer plastic though, I guess, for those. This would be parts there. It looks like for the wrist joints, ankle joints, probably for those parts in light blue. Getting into our lettered runners though, here is runners A and B for some parts here in white. Runners C1, C2, and C3 are the parts for the container. C2, and then C3 does have this little bit of white pre-printed on there in a very nice kind of detail on the front of that. Runner D is some more parts here in white, looks like mostly joint parts there. And runner H is our one and only skin tone runner here for this kit, just a couple of parts there, looks like mostly for in the head and neck joint maybe. Runners L and M are some more pieces here in black. Right there. Runner P is in a light blue color like we saw with the hands earlier. That looks very nice. Same thing here for runner Q, and there is just a lot of really nice detail on some of these parts here, which is going to look pretty nice. Runners R and S is in a light gray color there for our hair parts. And then runners T, U, V, and Z are all in black for some more parts here for the kit. Here's runner T. Runner U, as you can see here, has some more white pre-printed on those black parts right there. And then runners V looks like some parts there for like the equipment or the accessories. And lastly, runner Z there. So that's it. Let's go ahead and check out the kit. All right, guys, and here is the Carbonia Graphites all built up. Lovely little kit, I gotta say. Definitely really like the look and the style of this one. Like I said, one reason why I haven't really tried out this line before is that just the visual style, the aesthetic of the kits didn't really appeal to me quite as much, but this one I do really like quite a bit. And it's got a lot of really cool option parts in here as well. So we'll take a look at all those here in just a moment. But I gotta say, pretty impressive little kit, definitely worth checking out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off here at the head, and then we'll work our way down and get to the rest of the accessories. Now, basically, the head is made up of 4 sections. The back of the head, which is the same for all the variants. The face, which obviously is going to change. The front part, which is including the bangs and the kind of hat part, is one section, and then the parts here on the side are one section. Now, all of that's interchangeable. Just take a look at our different face options here. Here are 2 of them, and they do kind of have certain sets that, like, this face goes with this bangs part, goes with this side part, but of course you can mix and match to whatever you want. There's one of our other face option parts, and our 3rd and 4th face option part. Really cool how each face option part is actually kind of like a different character, at least sort of it looks that way, just because different expression and different like eye color and eye shape and everything. So it's not just different expressions for the same character, which is kind of interesting. For the bangs part, this is one option. Another option here, where as you can see, the bangs is a little bit different style for like the hair, and then the hat also slightly different there. Each one highly detailed though, very decorative, very cool looking. Option number 3 here, again, you can see the hair is slightly different, the hat also slightly different there on the top. And then option 4, once again, the hair is a little bit different, and we have sort of like a cat ears style hat there on the top of the head. And then for the hair parts here off to the side of the head, these can just be changed just via a peg. They're just pegged into the side of the head. Aside from these ones, which are kind of like dog ears style, I'll call that. You have like these little round buns, and you have these kind of tiny little mini pigtails sort of out the side like that. And then our very much more obvious animal ear looking, I don't necessarily want to say cat ear, I guess maybe sort of cat ear looking ears there as well. And so I'll show you guys some of those in use here on the kit in just a little bit once we take a look at some posing options. As for our hand options, here are the closed fists we have there. We also have a set of open resting hands like this, and you can see these are pretty nicely detailed there as well. And then we've got 3 different types of holding hands. One's just like kind of a regular looking holding hand like this. Another one is a holding hand here with the thumb extended out like that, and another holding hand here, which is going to be holding at an angle, so the thumb is also extended out, but the angle, as you can see there, is different between your different hand options. So some nice hand options there. And then we have some options for this like cloak part, which as you can see is connected at the top of the arm, and then we have a front section and a back section. The front sections are where we have that pre-printed white detail on there, which is very nice. Also have this kind of like strap detail over the front. Those can also be moved. But there's a different option part here at the top, which just has a ball joint, not at the front and the back, but just at the back. So you won't use these parts here at the front. This will allow you to just only have these parts at the back. So it'll give it more like a little bit of like a cape look. And again, we'll see that in use here in just a moment, but that'll be just omitting these parts on the front, and you'll just have this black piece of armor up there on the top of the shoulder. Then as we get to talking about our weapons, I want to point out this section of armor here around the hips. And I'm going to take this off for the moment. So this just fits around the hips there, as you saw, around the back side, and then these parts are here on the side just as sort of like plates of armor. But yeah, as you can see, these do kind of fall off kind of easily. I would just recommend using a little bit of glue, just gluing this on. It's not a moving part, so it's not going to hurt anything, but you can still then move the part. It's connected via a little ball joint right there, but just to make sure that that's not falling off on you. Anyway, these parts here on the side can be swapped for some option parts here. This one is going to be a sword holster for your sword weapon, and then you have those for the left and the right side. We also have a gun holster for the left left and the right side as well. That'd be for our handguns. Here is our 2 handguns. These are the same here, sort of like revolver style looking handguns. Pretty cool, pretty simple, just a single piece there, but again, if you choose to use the holster parts on the side, these will just fit into there like that. Look pretty cool. Up next, our sword weapon here. Again, just 2 parts, but it does look very nice, very nicely detailed. Again, this will fit into the holster part here on the side, just like that, when you want to store it, which does look really nice. Then our other weapons, this one's sort of like a massive syringe. You have an option part here for the needle. One is slightly sharper than the other one, so that's going to be the main difference here between those 2 option parts, but certainly an interesting style for this particular weapon there. And on that note, we've also got a shovel here, again highly detailed, all molded in black, as well as what appears to be a hacksaw here, another very interesting weapon there, again all in black. And last but not least, we have the axe, which is folded up like that. You can unfold that here for the full length of the weapon. Very cool. And then we've got our base, which does have that little pre-printed bit there at the top. It's just this kind of box like this with its articulated arm for attaching onto the kit at the back side, and you have a few points of articulation. This of course does also open up, and the really cool thing is all of those weapons and everything, including the arm of the base, can be stored here on the inside of the box. You can see you have these different attachment points. In and around here, all of those weapon options, the sword, the guns, the shovel, the hacksaw, all of that can be stored inside here, and then you can also store the character inside here as well. You'll notice we have this hard point right here, so like we saw in the manual, you're going to basically fold the character up into a fetal position, and she can be mounted inside there. And again, I'll show you guys what that looks like here in just a second. But it's certainly a cool concept for the base, and a really cool way to keep your accessories in there as well. Once you have the kit plugged on, like I said, the weapons and stuff will actually plug into there, which is nice. As far as your extra like hair parts and face parts and stuff, I think you can probably just throw them in here loosely, and then just close that up, and then you have a case to just keep all of your accessories in, and then just keep the kit posed on the top, which is very nice. As far as the kit itself, just a few more things to point out for you guys before we take a look at some sample poses. The articulation is all pretty standard for a Mecha Musume style model kit here like this. We have a nice range of movements, so you'll have some really nice options for you when it comes to posing the kit. Really cool part separation, like here in the front, the black and white and blue parts, and then here in the torso as well, the black and the blue parts separated like that do look really nice. And so straight out of the box, you're going to have a really nice looking kit here. Separated parts here for the black in the front of the legs as well, and just overall the style of it does look really nice here. And so, all right, as you can see, we have a lot of different option parts with this one, which is really cool and would certainly provide a lot of incentive for buying multiples of this kit, although that would probably be a little bit pricey, and then you would just have a lot, even like double the amount of leftover accessories. Maybe you have some other Cheeto Serum kits that you want to share some of the accessories with, you could certainly do that, but there's certainly going to be plenty of accessories in here to give you plenty of different options when it comes to posing, especially if you're into photography with your model kits or like toy photography. This is a really great one that will give you plenty of different options for being able to do a lot of really cool photography with the kit. And honestly, when it comes to the pros and cons of this kit, in terms of anything negative that I could say about it, not really anything. I mean, like those parts on the side skirts you may want to glue just for a little bit added stability, just so those aren't falling off. That's the only point where I've noticed there's anything that can be a little bit loose on the kit. As far as the kit leaving me wanting it all, if there's anything that I wish was included, I mean, we have a lot of great face options, we have a lot of great hand options, a lot of great weapon options, we have a great display stand for it that can also store all your accessories in there. So really, I don't think there's really anything that I could say that's left out of this kit that I wish it had included. So I mean, that's a really good feeling, and that certainly gives you a lot of value in a kit. It's one thing that I like to consider in these reviews. Do I feel like the kit, is a good value for the money? And this one I do certainly feel like that. It's a good solid kit that comes with basically everything that you could want it to come with, and it has a really cool and unique style. It's definitely going to stand out from other Mecha Musume kits. Now, like I said, the construction of the actual kit, the building process is going to be very familiar. If you've built, Frame Arms Girl, Megami Device, 30-Minute Sisters, they're all relatively similar in terms of the construction, so that's not necessarily going to be anything too groundbreaking, but the just visual style of this series in particular, and this kit as an example of that, is certainly something that's going to be different from other lines like Megami Device, Frame Arms Girl, 30-Minute Sisters, even other Good Smile Company lines like the Guilty Princess line, for example. You're going to not really see too much visual similarity in terms of like the aesthetic, the style of these. So I think that's also something that's really nice about this one. It's got a really nice, unique style to it. So those are my thoughts on the kit. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about this one? Are you planning on picking it up? Have you already picked it up? Or are you going to pick it up now that you've seen the review? Or is there anything about this kit that you might find disappointing? For me, I think it's a home run. So I'm anxious to hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you guys want to check out the kit and more from Good Smile Company, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. We've got all sorts of cool stuff there for you guys to check out. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for all of your support, leaving a like, making sure that you're subscribed. It all helps out a great deal. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Till next time, have a great day. See y'all later. Bye, guys.